Hi, my name is Wayne Gerdes of CleanMPG.com, and we recently had the opportunity to take the Kia Optima Hybrid out for a special drive. What that special drive consisted of was a 48 contiguous state drive in which we set a Guinness fuel economy world record of 64.55 miles per gallon. Today we're in beautiful Korea, home of Kia Motors, and we're going to take a drive along the East Coast and show you some of the techniques that we used to set that fuel economy world record. And in the process, the beautiful Kia Optima Hybrid is going to take us for a wonderful ride. Buckle up, let's go. We're here in front of the traditional Korean village in which the heritage of the home has been preserved. In a similar vein, the Optima Hybrid can do the same for the environment, and it does so in the following ways. We have regenerative braking, in which we absorb the energy when we're braking instead of throwing it away to the atmosphere's heat. We have the ability to go down the road without using the engine at all, meaning no fuel consumed. Number 3, the ability to accelerate from a stop under EV mode, again, without using any gasoline. The long glide is a simple technique. Anytime you're at a high speed, coast into a low speed. Let it glide. What we're going to do, we're going to force the engine off. We're in EV, traveling at 80, 85 kilometers per hour, and we're going to just take the whole long coast all the way. Traffic is really light out here. We're going to stay in the right-hand lane, and we're going to coast as far as we can. I don't know if we'll make it all the way to the toll booth, but we're going to try to make it as far as we can before we have to reaccelerate. EV from a stop. Basically, you want to get up to 15 to 20 miles per hour, 30 kilometers per hour, without the engine starting at all. We're going to accelerate nice and gently. All it allowed is a little bit of EV to get about 15, 20 miles an hour, and then you merge with traffic. We never touched our brakes. We never had to accelerate hard. Perfect way to leave a toll booth like that. Regenerative braking. Simply a gentle deceleration with brakes to absorb the energy for later use to drive under EV. We're already going to start braking, but we're going to brake very softly so that we maintain, or we try to grab as much regenerative braking instead of mechanical braking. Mechanical braking is just a disc and a pad going together and throwing away as heat. Regenerative braking, you're allowing some of that energy to be regenerated back into the battery. Regenerative braking with maximum AC. When you're heading down a mountainside, turn your air conditioning on full. That way, it'll keep the cabin comfortable for a longer period of time on the bottom, and you can use EV for a longer period. We're going about 110 kilometers per hour. We're actually going to regen here, but we want to make sure we shut down the engine, and anytime you go to regen, you're not using any fuel, and we're just going to start to use the brakes ever so slightly. But in this case, if it's warm out, you definitely want to run the AC, turn the AC on full, use all the electrics you want, but get the cabin cooled down now so that by the time you get to the bottom, we can take advantage of this cool cabin for a while, driving in warmer temps. One of the features unique to the Kia Optima Hybrid is its active air flap behind the grille. What it does for the average consumer is when they take off in the morning, that grille closes down so that the engine bay, the coolant temp, and even the cabin temp warm up quicker. It also provides better fuel efficiency with a warmer engine. So now you know a little bit about what the flap does in particular. Overall, what it does is it reduces aerodynamic drag on the car by up to 4.2%. And what that does for your fuel economy is overall, you gain about 1.8% fuel economy just because of this little flap closing and opening within the front grille. It's that simple, and it really works. We're coming to you from Ulsan Peak. It's one of Korea's most beautiful vistas. As you can tell from what's behind me, it's a peak with over 12,000 individual peaks in a 4-kilometer diameter area. And along with the beautiful scenic backdrop, we've also got a beautiful vehicle here in the Kia Optima Hybrid. As you can tell by the silhouette, it's sleek. The coefficient of drag on this vehicle is just 0.26. Great silhouette and underbody panels make that happen. Low rolling resistance tires only help to give you better fuel economy. Overall, a great vehicle for the open road. The faster you go, enjoy it, because this thing is cheating the wind, doesn't matter. We have echo level up on top. We want to maintain as many of those bars close to the right as possible. As you can see, they turn blue to light green. We want to maintain most of them filled. We have our energy flow. What this describes is the power either coming from the engine to the wheels or from the battery through the electric motor to the wheels, or a combination of both. And then one of the most important ones is our fuel economy histogram. This is a 2.5 minute cycle through a 30-minute period, and you want to keep as many of the leaves above 40 miles per gallon as possible. And so that gives you the main display inside the Kia Optima Hybrid. Well, we know about the fuel economy of the Kia Optima Hybrid through the techniques that you've learned today. Some of the other attributes, however, are its safety. The 2012 Kia Optima Hybrid has earned the highest 5-star crash test rating on the NHTSA. That is 5 stars on frontal, 5 stars on the side, and 5 stars for rollover. You just can't do better when you're looking for a safe and fuel-efficient automobile than the Kia Optima Hybrid. We made it. We made it to the east coast of Korea. The Pacific Ocean is a backdrop, and some of the fuel economy techniques that we're going to teach you may not be just specific for the Kia Optima Hybrid, but for any vehicle. And with that, we're going to take a drive up and down the coast and teach you how to save money at the pump, how to become a more eco-conscious driver. Merging for fuel economy. All it means is simply being less aggressive. Allow those people to merge in. Don't use your brakes. Don't use your accelerator. Don't try to get in front of them. Don't win the race. Just allow them to come in, zipper in, saves fuel for everybody. Much less aggressive and easier for traffic overall. Okay, we're working with mergers here, and what we allowed is we're not going to race up in front of this black truck. We're going to allow him to pick up speed and then move into the lane. We're never going to win a race. There's no trophy at the end of the day. Allow the trucks, the cars ahead of you to merge. Driving with load. It's as simple as locking the accelerator, allowing your speed to droop on a small incline, and on the descent, pick your speed right back up to the new target. And we're going to demonstrate the drive with load technique. Currently we're going about 41 miles an hour, about 62 kilometers per hour, and speed limit's now 60, so we're drooping a little bit, but I locked my foot against the accelerator. 40, 39, 38, 37, 36 miles an hour, 60 kilometers per hour, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. I didn't move my foot at all. The engine didn't even know it climbed, but our speed drooped a little bit, and then on the backside it came right in. A great fuel economy saving technique, and something we should all use whenever we have a small uphill and a downhill afterwards. Smart braking is as simple as this. You want to slow down before you have to stop at a stoplight ahead. That way you slow down and coast, and maybe by the time you get there it turns green. You coast right on through. You've maintained speed without ever actually having to stop using the smart braking technique. There's a red light up ahead, and everybody's still racing up to it, and we're just kind of gliding down real slow. And if you just want to turn around, you can see that the bus ahead of us actually stopped. And guess what? The light's green. We never stopped. We never stopped. That's called smart braking. Face-out parking. Whenever you have the opportunity to park facing out so that when you get back into the car, you drive forward, do it. Here we're going to describe face-out parking. But what we're going to do is pull through to the second spot. What it does is it sets us up for success when we leave. And what we have here is a situation when we get back in, we don't have to worry about backing up and with any impediments and whatever can be coming from the side that we can't see through the rearview camera. All we're going to do is worry about what's in front of us, and we're going to pull out in one simple maneuver. And with that, although it's only fractions of an ounce of fuel, you do this hundreds of times. If everybody does it, pretty soon those fractions of an ounce of fuel turn into liters and gallons. Next thing you know, you're saving 2 super tankers full. It's a simple technique, it's a safe technique, and if it's allowed, by all means do it. Let's go for a drive. Hopefully you've enjoyed your time as much as we have in Korea with the 2012 Kia Optima Hybrid. You've learned about its dynamic yet functional exterior design. You learned about its instrumentation and the feedback that it provides. You learned about its safety, and more importantly, you've learned some fuel economy techniques that can help you, the average consumer, save fuel lower your emissions, put money back in your pocket. And again, this is Wayne Gerdes of Clean MPG signing off from Korea. I wish you safe and eco-friendly motoring.